Thank you very much. The first 6 questions have gone. We'll do it this way. Let's start with the Deputy Attorney General, who will take the questions on corruption and prosecutions, and then we shall proceed. Honorable Deputy Minister.
Well, I think that the issue of corruption must be examined within the framework of the general promises made in the governance sector by the New Patriotic Party. The MPP, in its manifesto, promised the delivery of an efficient public sector, boosting the quality of public sector delivery, minimizing opportunity for perpetration of wrongdoing against the state, and also ensuring that wrongdoing is punished. Now, within the ambit of ensuring that public sector delivery is boosted, I'm very happy to indicate that very serious measures have been put in place, all with a view to protecting the national resources of the state. Early on, the Majority Leader, Honorable Osechi Mensabosu, alluded to the allocation of almost 61% of the nation's bauxite resources to a company owned by the brother of the former president. And that company is Estin Kubik. And clearly, that is a situation that could not be countenanced. And that, to me, is a clear indication of bad governance. You could not live in a situation where the nation's known bauxite resources, over 60% of them are allocated to a company owned by the brother of the former president. Right after we assumed office, we detected such a situation, we promptly terminated the contract. And we terminated it not because it was given only on account of the resources having been allocated to a company owned by the president of the brother. By the brother of the president, I'm sorry. But clearly, even such allocation was not in accordance with the Mining and Minerals Act of the country. There were serious violations of procedure when it comes to the grant of the mineral rights to that company. Now, it is very worthy to note that these same resources, in fact, a tiny fraction of it, is what is now being leveraged for the construction of roads and roads infrastructure in the country. And that is I'm coming out, I'll address that. I'm saying that it is all within. No, I'm coming.
Hello.
No, I will address the question.
Can we do this properly, please?
No, no, very well. No, I will specifically address address the issue of prosecution.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Please, let's allow our guests to answer the question to the best of their abilities. Please, let's do this properly. Hello, sir. Honorable Minister, may you continue, sir? Please.
I am fully appreciative of the anxiety of the Ghanaian populace as well as Ghanaians in diaspora when it comes to prosecution of persons associated with the Mahama administration. But I'm saying that the issue of prosecution, definitely.
Hello, sir. Please, can we do this properly? You will have your turn to speak. You will have your turn to speak, sir.
So I laid the foundation all with a view to show you that it's not just the prosecution of persons that we describe as operatives of former Mahama administration that is important. But again, even with regards to that, prosecution has started. And I can allude to 4 cases of persons closely associated with the Mahama administration. The first is the Opuni trial. We all know Mr. Opuni was one person who was used by the Mahama administration to perpetrate wrongdoing. Now, there is a prosecution of the former Kokobo CEO. Prosecution has started. And I can allude to 4 cases of persons closely associated with the Mahama administration. The first is the Opuni trial. We all know Mr. Opuni was one person who was used by the Mahama administration to perpetrate wrongdoing. Now, there is a prosecution of the former Kokobo CEO. Definitely.
Hello, sir. Please, can we do this properly? You will have your turn to speak. You will have your turn to speak, sir.
So I laid the foundation all with a view to show you that it's not just the prosecution of persons that we describe as operatives of former Mahama administration that is important. But again, even with regards to that, prosecution has started. And I can allude to 4 cases of persons closely associated with the Mahama administration. The first is the Opuni trial. We all know Mr. Opuni was one person who was used by the Mahama administration to perpetrate wrongdoing. Now, there is a prosecution of the former Kokobo CEO, Mr. Opuni. It's ongoing. And it involved various huge sums of money as losses to the state. I can also allude to the trial of the former board members of the NCA. And that is the case involving clear stealing of the sum of $4 billion. I can also allude to the prosecution of the former CEO of SNET, Mr. Ernest Thompson. It also involved the sum of about $60 million. I can also allude to the trial of the former CEO of Maslock. But I'm saying beyond that, there have been various measures instituted. One major policy reform that President Akufo-Addo's regime has instituted is the establishment of the Office of the Special Prosecutor. And that is because we recognize that prosecution of crime must not be political or must not be perceived political. Now, hitherto, there was clearly the vesting of procedural authority in the Attorney General. Now, President Akufo-Addo recognized that in order to boost the prosecution of crime, especially crimes committed in the public sector and by persons who hide under the guise of political power to perpetrate corruption, can only be boosted when you set up a vehicle, and that vehicle will be independent of the Attorney General. So that is a policy, it's a major innovation, was clearly hitherto unknown in the history of the
All right, good evening and welcome to With All Due Respect. Good evening and welcome to the news before the news. It's exactly 4:56 p.m. It's definitely 8:56 in Ghana. Welcome to the news before the news. This is a special Sunday edition whereby we delve into very important matters before the week begins. Tomorrow is Monday. On Tuesday, the Supreme Court will be sitting down. They will be telling us what happened after they went behind doors or behind closed doors to delve into the review the Attorney General, Godfred Dame, in fact, brought to them to look into the matter again. Remember, the first this case was looked at by the Supreme Court. At the end of the day, it was a 3-2 verdict in favor of Opuni lawyers that Hunyuga, who is the sitting judge on this case, Opuni's case, to be replaced because he was biased. The Attorney General Godfred Dame actually decided to go back to the Supreme Court to ask for a review. Tomorrow, on Tuesday, the review will be out. The presiding judge on this matter is Justice Jones Doche. He has been the man in the middle of everything. This evening, we will be doing something very simple. I will be breaking down some few things for you to understand. I will be talking about a few judges. We call it the profiling tonight. There are things that people don't know. There are things that people are wondering, asking questions. I will be talking about the Chief Justice in Indiabwa, some of the things that are happening behind the scenes that people don't know. I'll be talking about Justice Jones Doche, who is the presiding judge on this Opuni review. I'll be talking about Gertrude Tokonu. She is one of the judges who was added to the review judges. I'll also be talking about Ashikote, Professor Ashikote. He was also one of the judges added to the 5 judges. The 2 judges, I told you on Friday that they have decided that they will vote to make sure that Hunyuga comes back to sit on this Opuni's case. So many things are happening behind the scenes. I'll be talking about the Attorney General, one individual who is actually pulling the strings. Will be profiled today, and his name is Yoni Kolendi. He's also a Supreme Court judge. We will be talking about all these people this evening. This evening, if you're here with me, I would like to say thank you very much for joining us. This evening, we speak truth to power. This show is called The News Before the News. Every Sunday, it doesn't normally happen every Sunday, but hey, when I show up on Sunday evenings, you have to understand that there are facts that I'll be, unveiling this evening. If you're here with me, tell a brother to tell a brother that Kevin Taylor and the Ghost Team are live. I'm not getting signal on Facebook. I'll be right back after this short break for us to start the show officially.
Thank you very much. The first 6 questions have gone. We'll do it this way. Let's start with the Deputy Attorney General, who will take the questions on corruption and prosecutions, and then we shall proceed. Honorable Deputy Minister.
Well, I think that the issue of corruption must be examined within the framework of the general promises made in the governance sector by the New Patriotic Party. The MPP, in its manifesto, promised the delivery of an efficient public sector, boosting the quality of public sector delivery, minimizing opportunity for perpetration of wrongdoing against the state, and also ensuring that wrongdoing is punished. Now, within the ambit of ensuring that public sector delivery is boosted, I'm very happy to indicate that very serious measures have been put in place, all with a view to protecting the national resources of the state. Early on, the Minority Leader, Honorable Osechi Mensabosu, alluded to the allocation of almost 61% of the nation's bauxite resources to a company owned by the brother of the former president. And that company is Estin Kubik. And clearly, that is a situation that could not be countenanced. And that, to me, is a clear indication of bad governance. You could not live in a situation where the nation's known bauxite resources, over 60% of them are allocated to a company owned by the brother of the former president. Right after we assumed office, we detected such a situation. We promptly terminated the contract. And we terminated it not because it was given only on account of the resources having been allocated to a company owned by the president of the brother. By the brother of the president, I'm sorry. But clearly, even such allocation was not in accordance with the Mining and Minerals Act of the country. There were serious violations of procedure when it comes to the grant of the mineral rights to that company. Now, it is very worthy to note that these same resources, in fact, a tiny fraction of it, is what is now being leveraged for the construction of roads and roads infrastructure in the country. And that is I'm coming out, I'll address that. I'm saying that it is all within, No, I'm coming.
Hello, hello.
No, I will address the question.
Can we do this properly, please?
No, I laid. No, very well. No, I will specifically address the issue of prosecution. Very well.
Hello, sir. Please let's allow our guests to answer the question to the best of their abilities. Please, let's do this properly. Hello, sir. Honorable Minister, may you continue, sir? Please.
I am fully appreciative of the anxiety of the Ghanaian populace as well as Ghanaians in diaspora when it comes to prosecution of persons associated with the Mahama administration. But I'm saying that the issue of prosecution, definitely.
Hello, sir. Please, can we do this properly? You will have your turn to speak. Sir.
So I laid the foundation all with a view to show you that it's not just the prosecution of persons that we describe as operatives of former Mahama administration that is important. But again, even with regards to that, prosecution has started. And I can allude to 4 cases of persons closely associated with the Mahama administration. The first is the Opuni trial. We all know Mr. Opuni was one person who was used by the Mahama administration to perpetrate wrongdoing. Now, there is a prosecution of the former Kokobo CEO, Mr. Opuni.
All right. Thank you very much for staying. Welcome back to the show. This is the news before the news. Some people are asking, why is Kevin playing this video of Godfred Dame speaking about prosecutions and all that? Remember, the Attorney General is the government lawyer, and every step the Attorney General takes, every move he makes, he needs to have concrete evidence. When people are called suspects, or when government suspects people of mismanaging our money or anything, or being involved in corruption, until the Attorney General is able to prove beyond reasonable doubt for a court to also prove that these points or these issues the Attorney General is raising are facts, nobody can sit anywhere else, especially the Attorney General, to just say that some people to him have been involved in some corruption and that they'll be prosecuted and also be put in jail. It basically destroys the basis or the pillars of the Attorney General's job, because the Attorney General's job is basically to find answers, to find evidence, to prosecute people. When Godfred Dame was speaking to the NPP sympathizers in the UK, he actually made these kind of statements which are quite disheartening, because when the Attorney General goes out without facts, till now, till date, as I speak, Opuni and Agongo have been in court for almost 5 years. Nothing has been raised against them substantially. No facts, evidence has been raised against them substantially that they are guilty. So for the Attorney General to sit in public, all the way in the UK, to say that Opuni embezzled or took money, the Mahama administration used him, it should tell you that the Attorney General from the start had already made up his mind to prosecute the people, the suspect. You don't jail suspect. You don't prejudge cases. As an Attorney General, you analyze, you look at your facts, you present it in court before a judge who also analyzes and makes his judgment. The Attorney General is way ahead of prosecution. He's way ahead of judgment. The question everybody will be asking is, why is the Attorney General speaking like that? Has he already made up his mind that no matter what happens, whether Opuni or Agongo is not guilty or guilty, he would find everything possible to prosecute and jail them? That is why we are here this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, me pacho enyumbre oshame we beka se Kevin Ekabro fododo mesumi agane ni ede na esi Kevin Ekabro fi wabo Attorney General videos amentiase and the enyumbre dwumade be di dwumade 88 hour checking the fact and making sure say answer na ochena ene Benada Embrana Supreme Court kwakotena se aka se Judge Wudwuga ote Opuni ene Agongo asam no so no onkoso anasema ne nkoso no insem bebresi video amebo no ye Attorney General Godfred Dame okọ UK okohia MPP for sebio yaka se aban lawyer penyini a sebio yaka se aban lawyer penyini a ono ene ye lawyer penyini ono ene hwe Ghana mbra ye ne citizens anasema timamufo no mbra no ono na sebio oye lawyer na sebio se Ebimpo na se ebia Ghana niba ana Ghana nibi ya de dwumadie bi ama no na se we di dwumadie ne ya hu se ya adwene mu no ebia eka aba ho ana se ebia we di ska na we di dwuma sebio attorney general no adekwenti ya ma na attorney general no se obahwehwe nsemu akwase akohu se asem no a ye de ato eye asemesi so no ana se obenten so no asem no nokura wom asem no nginaso wenti na wo se mginaso na sebio me di nipa no etu efiase sebio attorney general Godfrey Damiko UK Okachire UK for MPP for say eye Opuni ana owo John Mahama aban mu no Opuni diska Opuni ye nipa bia obe make sure say ode Opuni betu fiase sebio wo ye attorney general ye de assemble to na so a wo hwe asem no wo hwe emu nokura dem ansa na wakom akogina court akire wasemu ama court judge otie nim no so atie wasem no ansa na webufo anase wombu nipa no fo na se attorney general Estate ana attorney general estate kasa say ya sebio obi bebuta say na attorney general we eye pen ope no kre anase sebio wa boni trimu po say eye Opuni ni agongo de chia ne chi obejeli omo we ama eye ni patitro a omo wo embrashem ene lawyers akese omo abrochire wo Ghana no omo dwene wo montiase say this is a high profile case a criminal case eye den attorney general tumi ko boni sirem ka say asam no krampo no yenya dindu bibia so ekwan bia so na prosecute obi na kire se wa body trim se bi omfa emra anase eye evidence anase eye ngina so no enye adwuma wei ene nsem bia abobo abedru ende me no ka say Supreme Court for eye benada obepie abeka se sebio eye attorney general eye Godfrey Damiasmo de betu omunim se honyuga e wo se eyi ni sinchen na judge for be dia san because o kire ne bia kire se why na adwene se oni attorney general ni president ni eye chief justice na committee abɔ ho se Opuni eni agongo de chia ne chi omuntie omasem upon evidence of no be show munyina omuntie omobe jeli omo Tuesday Supreme Court ebeba bontina beka se honyuga ntena so anase ema honyuga entena so. Remember, Hunyuga any judge na me boni video wa ha debi obi ase ohini be ni onyo hini sebio oyo hini ena osaye judge on any judge a sebio otina nipem eka kire wiase nyina se before election 2020 no Ghana for nkoto aba ma Ekufuado because the Ekufuado dey bin sida inti yemma Ekufuado another term we Supreme Court judge o kan asem we ndi nansa ena nanado danko Ekufuado etam no ede ko Supreme Court Justice Jackson Hunyuga mena woka say on eneti Opuni asem na so Opuni mu ene agongo lawyers akokache Supreme Court said dia o ye ne kire say sebio we di dwumedie ma ba president ya bona baso inti chia ne chi opese oyed bibia obeyibia na ode eye Opuni ene agongo etifiase mum ye ntie judge ya and the attorney general say ye yini dia onti ase ewiase judge bi obebia ompene ohia judge we nko ama na tena asem yeso na sebio ochina Hunyuga eda na wan sorry a asem de beto aso a anasa ye nto aso judge Hunyuga oti Opuni asem no esunie muntie no ye wi a ye betuma dwumadie ni so.
We wish to congratulate you for the excellent manner you are governing this dear country of ours, Ghana, and the significant gains made in the economy in your first term. It is true that you have won high admiration not only in Africa but also in advanced democracies. Your flagship programs like the free senior high school, planting for food and jobs, which has increased food production and has even led to exports. One district, one factory, among others, has increased food production and has improved upon the standard of living of many Ghanaians. Indeed, for special mention is the free SHS, which has broken boundaries and has greatly bridged the gap between the rich and the poor. This program has also broken the record which was held by the first president of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, who gave free education to our brothers and sisters in the northern part of Ghana. Your free SHS program is unprecedented in the history of Ghana. In the first term, as it covers the whole country, we in this district have equally benefited. And we say, Ayuko to your excellency, and may God and our ancestors shower their blessings on you, give you longer life and deeper thoughts to move this nation forward. It is our hope that with your vision and the gains made in your first term, Ghanaians may consider giving you another 4 years to move this nation forward. It is our hope that with your vision and the gains made in your first term, Ghanaians may consider giving you another 4 years. It is our hope that with your vision and the gains made in your first term, Ghanaians may consider giving you another 4 years. It is our hope that with your vision and the gains made in your first term, Ghanaians may consider giving you another 4 years. It is our hope that with your vision and the gains made in your first term, Ghanaians may consider giving you another 4 years. It is our hope that with your vision and the gains made in your first term, Ghanaians may consider giving you another 4 years.
Nipa wutie no Judge Jackson Hunyuga ono eneti Opuni asem no so a ende Opuni lawyers akọ Supreme Court awaka se de o yare de entwakwemu Godfrey Dame oye Attorney General Emma Ghana no o se ewiase de Ghana judges omo ho nyina ono de se enye Hunyuga asem no onte ase adenti na Godfrey Dame why na adwene se enye papa we okase ya oye ohene sa ye judge Kufuado promoting by the Supreme Court judge adentina Godfrey Dame say ono de onte ase da na wenkwane nipa obetumi atena Opuni asem no so sebio amanfo bibiri hweme Kevin aka Opuni asem no hom sem bi na de o kan mention ante ase Opuni ona na ye Cocoa Board CEO ona na ye boss ho omo se Opuni eye adwirim die bi e wo Supreme Cocoa Board ho a one agongo oton fertilizers bi a fertilizer no na eni se ye ton ma eye cocoa kuafo ene nsem bebre nti Ekufuado aban ba aban mu anom se eye Opuni abokro no nti omde na kogina efiase me no ka se mfie num nie eye Attorney General Godfrey Dame di enim no ontumi fa bibia eye evidence ana ngina so bi pa enkyere wunyuniga krampo asebio why they also nyina na odi eye agongo ene Opuni tum no but ende no menya abotre me pese obi enya abotre na otie me the text beto TV we so na makan na machirem se ne be ya Mr. Tina me bo profile of judges na obia be hu bebi asem no ne tiwo ene ne nan wo eni tina de menya abotra me pese Ghana ni bia ete de e kana say I'll be doing it in English and also in Chi se ne be ya at the end of the day no Tuesday a year review no the results ne ba Ghana ni bia te Ghana obeka say aha afedi ye hu de all kan okre any de otwantro sebio so Opuni no political witch hunt and now says sebio judge for more betuma jomodi enunti na nwumbrem wa ha enti wa ha follow me take your time and then analyze the issue with me gradually masa me say our facts that's our evidence and you think say you have better documents to back your editorial or whatever also fabra and internet me betenasia me kasa me say document ni fact ni dimechi uwie so abusansem ask questions nessa demand reasonable answers enye muaye bia na emuaye papa some answers don't make sense some answers also make sense into de bia when you're demanding for answers demand for reasonable answers into we are going to start the show my fam free chire kakra na yembra enim na yembesi and the judges no profiling na me profiling no and the show we grumu piramienu two shows na me akabum baako. First one, as you can see on the screen, no, the Opuni trial. You can see profiling the hitmen. And another topic, very, very important. And the Opuni trial, Black Friday meeting. Black Friday meeting, which one is that? It is when the Attorney General, Godfrey Dame, on the 15th, last week Friday, Mebeka Chomo say, he met the presiding judge, Judge Jones Doche, Ortana Semwisno, Ononiko Shiano on office, in Sanfo Frobia Sabim. The check question maybe busano simple questions. Judge for shame, lawyers shame. Sebio se mi ditro ha. Omo nyina beka asema ko eken. Nyansa bi enim. Na omo sebio omo imagine said they will help and make sure the judiciary in this country is actually held in high esteem. No, they will actually make some very important comments. And Sana Tuesday aba. Inti your two shows in one. Inti wa henyumbrea is a packed show. My name is Kevin Taylor. Yen start show no na yen stanti frechiri na me kyerɛ bo Opuni asɛm no at the credentia ende meye de meye. Let's go straight and take care of business. Now anyway and the Monday and the Sunday Kevin and Dow. All right, let's do this. Now number 1. Mwa unti case na yen starting frechiri ni bedru ende na menye profile no na obia ente no ho ase. Number 1, the first witness of the prosecution, Dr. F.F. Amwa, was the lead scientist for the testing of the lithovite foliar fertilizer. Now, yakase lithowite foliar fertilizer na any fertilizer na MPP abanye Attorney General ekase eye Opuni sa fertilizer no obdi dwum wom one agongo sebio sa fertilizer na Opuni emam kraba ya na sebio omde ba Ghana no na fertilizer entumi mbo adwuma fertilizer sebio na ne test ni bibia no amfa kwemu Opuni de kuntuna hye na ye ma fertilizer no ye de ba Ghana kuruma ye beton ma eye kuafo nti eho na asem no start ye nti wutie mi a nyabotre ne tie de meka no mi wi a obete de meka na se. So it goes on to say this. Now the scientist or say he testified against Dr. Opuni that he instructed them to reduce the testing period of the lithowite when questioning under cross-examination about the directive. He responded that it was verbal. Now, a year scientist we and I say the department of tested fertilizer. No? What happened was time a year assembly by no ye frɛ omo penyini ba ko say mo na mo teste Opuni na ACU e die ne siye e na say on de Opuni e ka kire ne say fertilizer no aya emre na omo de teste ebe kire say fertilizer na e bi ha 6 months antane a teste wie o say nya abotre ne teste o say sa nwoma nyina Opuni ndi so ono na witness no na de na o pese o kire ne say the Opuni catcher on say fertilizer no omuntwa ende no so na emunya ne tentem se ne be ya fertilizer na ewo ho no anasa omode aba no na ebe agongo mu de aba ne Opuni mu de aba no ombetumi epia ama Ghana for tentem. You see what this witness was saying say Opuni actually made sure that they actually skipped some of the process to make sure say those bad fertilizers were sent into the public. Remember, the farmers who use the fertilizer, omaba out abeka say none of their trees and as omukoko no. In fact, omukoko no kra ebo kese chen say omuka fertilizer and say omukoko no. We have still not gotten any farmer in Ghana waba kase fertilizer lithowite na Opuni time buy and asay ni koko. We have not had anybody. Now, Sani Paya, Attorney General Kofa and Baya, on also cocoa board, Omono teste a year fertilizer bebano. Or see, in some Ocaninano, Judge no ana Opuni lawyers Busan say, Unjina swa would the Casa Assembly say, Opuni a share, say ye dear, also yen or say, on Shani Krata, Yabusan is a meeting course. Or say I meeting course. Na ya won kwa na mu yes a meeting no a Opuni to. Also na nya menkwa asimesi wo ho asime wo. And obusan say na secretary wo ho na mu take minutes of the meeting. May the free chire ba be si a kire mo. And also dabi ye take minutes of the meeting. And a lawyer busan said, now wo ye scientist na wo say wo na Opuni e share wo say ye de enisa wo ye no. The question is a dear evidence na betima kire court na Ghana for say de wo ka nyantro or say Opuni kan ne keke na no nkuta krata. Into obedi court no na no asema oka no and na mi kire ma kire mo no. These are the scientists who work for the for Cocoa Board. Now, young Queen, Omosaka say, when questioned under cross-examination about the directive, he responded that it was verbal. That is verbal from Opuni. Ukwenimo says, strangely, when Yoko first investigated the case, the witness was also arrested and statement taken from him. Sa same witness here, omukofa ni free a department omo teste fertilizer ni ade no. Yoko freno, Yoko interrogatino, Yoko ebututo da no asem. It is sa nipa no Yoko dinka one statement that Yoko officer obedru court no. Na nka omo expect say the oka wo Yoko no eni the original court eka nyina no ebesie ni ana ebe pepepe. Now okoso say now, this witness, or say he told Yoko investigators that he never succumbed to pressure from Dr. Opuni and that cocoa yield is influenced by many factors, including rainfall, the age of the tree, among others. Hence, the fertilizer used is not the only factor. Inti onwanka sebe jina court na Attorney General de ba court no. And the busa so Yoko no. Ukache Yoko for say Opuni na share wo ema wo de ebeka se fertilizer no fertilizer the juma wo say bone entumi bo o say Opuni answer no. And Yoko has this document. Say obi wo Ghana sisia onko Yoko nko busam say sa nipa ya o ka say one of the witnesses na your friend no FF Amwa no a DN or catch a Yoko. So Yoko needs to also provide those documents for us to know if he actually said he was under pressure from Opuni. Or Nwankasa can call say Opuni never pressurized him. In fact, only evidence be about a meeting or say Opuni can say you need to make sure this fertilizer, you cut the time, you in fact make things happen under some duress, under some time you man a product in Brabant. Where you attorney general witness and you call Yoko no so na no asem da ho a o kire say Opuni answer no say onye BBC. Now let's move forward. At that, he was under investigation. Immediately, the prosecution decided to use him for case. He changed his narrative just to implicate Dr. Opuni. In the Saoko Yoku for statement dawa, na Saoba court statement dawa, you could see said there are two different statements. And it will be better for Yoko to also come out and let us know what exactly this guy said to them because it was recorded. In fact, it was put down on record. We want to know, say, a attorney general witness, or a credible witness, and also on your credible witness. Remember, this attorney general witness, Dr. F.F. Amoano, he was the lead scientist into Onyenipa so he was the lead scientist. Omo testi a fertilizer no. Yoko I interview no. And during the investigation, Okache Yoko said he's not under any pressure from Opuni. Into the Okan Yoko no, why is it that I say and the attorney general court no, he's saying a different thing? I was someone who said this witness in the first place is not credible. Dr. F.F. Amoano has never been credible from day one. Statement Yoko is different, and a statement Obekan court no is different. The question is somebody pressurizing him to come to court to lie? Because over court, you have to understand, you have to say the same thing you said at Yoko. So he could not say what he said at Yoko. But if he tries to go back to what he said at Yoko, it will still contradict what he's trying to do in court. I'll say a thing you maybe have to say from the beginning, scientists who were leading this testing lied. And the lead scientist, this is not any ordinary boy or some errand boy. This is the lead scientist, Dr. F.F. Amoa. Na idru baby ebedru ye abohu de make na obi adwuma nsekrene we ye nsem esi ansa no wura court ne court scientist no oma no etoto ye no. So I am trying to lead you. Let's move forward. Now it went on to say this: the investigator who came to testify, Mesa Prempe was not the lead investigator. Remember, omoko court no, there was an investigator, not a lead investigator. But Omudru Court, that lead investigator had been changed. Now, this is a high-profile case. This is a case it involves somebody's life. It involves the government of Ghana. It involves criminality. So what will make the Attorney General or what will make the CID department or wherever they are coming from, Yoko, change the lead investigator? When you go on, it says the lead investigator was senior police investigator Lodonu. But at the end of the day, when they entered court, Ludonu was changed and his small boy B was brought in. Now listen to his name. His name is Ludonu. He sounds like he's an Eve, right? He sounds like Oya Wuneni. He sounds like somebody who will not be trusted by this Ekufuado's government. I'm being honest here. He sounds like somebody who will come in there and speak the truth. So to make the conspiracy and the lies people were cooking, to make sure Opuni looks like we had to change the lead investigator. And I'm saying this to the lead investigator. We have your pictures, we have your profile. You need to come out and let us know why you were actually taken off from investigating in court for somebody who did not start the case to come to court to lead this case. Let me read the whole thing. So the lead investigator was senior police investigator Lodonu because he is Ewe. And the suspicion that he will come and tell the truth. They changed him for his junior. They changed that lead investigator for his junior who has the name Prempe. So as we speak now in court, the investigator sitting in court, he did not start the case. He is not even a senior investigator. He does not even understand the case itself. His boss is not dead. The senior investigator is still alive. Why will the Attorney General change the senior investigator to bring his subordinate who from the beginning did not have a clear idea of the case? Sanyoma we nyina ka ho na Opuni lawyers no, They wrote to the attorney, to the CJ, and said there are a lot of things happening in this court. It's like a circus. People are being changed. Evidence are being changed. Documents are being changed. Please, something is happening here. The judge, he needs to step in. He is not doing anything. That is why Opuni and Agongo's lawyers went to the CJ and said, this judge is not the right judge because something is happening. People are cooking conspiracy. People are forcing lies to be true. So this is what happened. I'm sending this message to Lodonu. Please, you are the senior investigator. You are not dead. You are still alive. You need to make a statement. You need to let us know why you were taken off this case. And let us know what actually transpired from the beginning of the case, what you know and what you don't know. Yanko Yenim. Now, Yoko completed the investigation. Yao Osafumafu, who was not happy with the investigation, decided with one man, Dr. Edu Amponsa, to take the case to CID to re-investigate. So when the case was actually investigated by Yoko, remember this, Yoko for a complete investigation, and they came out to say Opuni did nothing wrong. They didn't see any criminal thing at Cocoa Board. In fact, Yoko's report, actually said, people were insinuating, people were making things up, but from their investigations, they see nothing wrong with Opuni's actions, and Opuni wasn't even directly involved in anything. And in fact, there's nothing there for anybody to be prosecuted. Remember, Yoko is not a school body. Yoko is an institution. We all know what Yoko can do. When they want to investigate you, they investigate even deeper than the Attorney General and also than the CID. So when Yoko comes out to say, what you people want us to investigate, we have gone in, we have talked to everybody. In fact, we have talked to the senior scientist who tested the fertilizer. He told us that he wasn't under any pressure and that Opuni was not involved in anything. So why will you now take the investigator to court to pressurize him to say a different thing? It is very, very important, say, we have an idea of where this case is coming from. Ansana Yakuinim. The conspiracy started when Osaf Mafo stepped in after Yoko for a report, and Osaf Mafo took the case, and then with one man called Edu Amponsa, they took it to CID because the government has more authority on the CID. You have CID bosses like Tiwa those times. You know what Tiwa? Tiwa was just basically a puppet. Keep on praying or keep on keeping on. We all knew the bad job Tiwa did. Tiwa could not make decisions by herself. Tiwa is not one police officer. You want to vouch for Tiwa. Tiwa has shown consistently that she was not somebody to be trusted. Now at this point, Osafumafu came in and took the docket and gave it to Tiwa. Say, upon all the investigation Yoko has done, Osafumafu, I just don't believe this. I still think Opuni is a criminal. So go ahead. Now ask yourself, why will Osafumafu do that? Why will Osafumafu take the case and say, upon all what Yoko has done, I don't trust Yoko. So what I want you to do is say, I want you to, in fact, let me take it to CID and instruct CID to do what I want. That is where the case became what we are seeing today. The inconsistencies, the lies, the conspiracies, it started from there. And the whole thing started from Osaf Mafu into Busau. Why will Osaf Mafu go to Yoko and say, give me this? Is it a Osaf Mafu personal case? Why do you think he would do this? It is very, very important for us to know these kinds of people. Now, I'm going to try and get you the pictures of these men. Now, because it's very, very important. Say, your boy be doing waha. Now, share the picture. Send your beya. The kind of people we are dealing with. Now, let me see if I can get you their pictures. Send your beya. It will be easy for all of us. Send your beya to me and follow a Opuni case way. To remember, I'm going to show you the pictures of these two gentlemen I have mentioned. Now, this man you are seeing here, this man, his name is Edu Amponsa. You remember Edu Amponsa? This is the man who went to court and actually lied about everything. Yao Edu Amponsa. Onona, he shared about 200 motorbikes to MPP constituency before election 2020. Yes. And somebody who says Kevin is making things up. This guy has done nothing wrong. Why I say Ujina Court or say or MPP? I'm going to prove to you why this guy, he was actually picked by the MPP to go to court and lie under oath. This is the same man who actually purged himself in court. Still, a year Hunyuiga Eka say he does not care. This guy should still be allowed to walk. Inti, let me show you this guy. Eduan Ponsa, onana eche motos. Ama MPP for election 2020 before Ayeko election. No, this is the same guy. And Ujina Court. This is the same guy who purged himself. The news is there. Edu Amponsa. This is the Edu Amponsa or Safma for Echo Pike. Now can say, let's do everything possible and make sure you lie to make sure Opuni Beko Court. Remember this guy, when Opuni was there, he was there. In fact, these are the kind of people we keep talking about that they are dangerous in our civil society. So Edu Amponsa, he was sharing motorbikes before election 2020 to NPP constituency executives. He's just a mere Yoko worker. Or see, he has no connection to the party. He has no connection to this government. Or Safmafu used this guy. And this is the same liar who came to court and lied under oath. On a purging, Opuni's lawyers were saying that this guy has purged himself. Whatever he has said, we cannot move on with the case. Let us end the case here. Stop it for now. Make sure this guy is jailed before we move forward and expunge everything that he has said. Because the way you need your kind free mo Angelina, what is going to happen is your kind can affect the outcome of the case. But Hunyuiga said no. I am not going to jail this guy. He's not going to face any consequences. We are not going to take anything out. I will think of that after I have jailed Opuni. Sana Hunyuiga said in court, it's on record. He said, I will decide the fate of this guy after I have judged the case. How do you judge a case where somebody has, in fact, purged himself? You take care of that before you move on. You clean that. You make sure that does not affect the outcome of the case. But remember, Hunyuiga sitting there, he has made up his mind. He said, no matter what, he would jail Opuni. And Nuintina, Opuni lawyers know, they looked at all these consistencies and they said, no, the consistency in the inconsistencies are becoming too consistent and that they have to report to CJ. The consistency in the inconsistencies are becoming too consistent. So Opuni's lawyers said that the Chief Justice or the Supreme Court should make sure this judge is changed. Let's move forward. Now, there's one man I wanted to talk to about Maboni Pamianudi. This man. In Sembebri plenty. This guy too is another guy we have to also not forget. This is the man I was talking about from the beginning. This man is also his name is the executive director of Cocoa Research Institute of Ghana, Frank Amwa. Yes, Dr. Frank Amwa. We and a Yoko investigating, interrogating, and a court so interrogating on an answer. These are the people. This man is not dead. He is alive. Yoko, they still have their documents there. Ask him, said, Yoko, why did he change? Because this man said, he is the lead scientist and that he wasn't under any pressure when he was speaking to Yoko. So he said to Yoko, the guy did not instruct me to do anything. So why is it that today in court, this same person is saying, oh, he did this and he did that. And even in court, they asked him, do you have official backings? Because there was a meeting. And you have admitted that there was a meeting. Opening the frame meeting, did the secretary put anything down? Is there any memo? Is there anything? He said, no. It was verbal. How can you bring this into court for somebody to be jailed for life? For somebody to be jailed for a long time? You should at least let people know what you are talking about. You have basis. So these are the people who are, their inconsistencies are making it difficult for everyone to understand. Is this case even legit? Is the Attorney General real? Because these people are, from the first place, liars. This guy has lied to Yoko. And so it makes him a very high voltage witness. When they say a witness is high voltage, it's a witness who lies every single minute. And so this guy is a high voltage witness. He says something different at Yoko, and he says something different in court. Let's move forward. Me pesa o tia se ansa me write judges no profiling him. Very, very important. Sane be abehu de AC. Omo ye involved in this whole nonsense. Let's move forward. All right. Now, all right. So let's. Now, Yoko completed the investigation. Yao Osafo, who was not happy with the investigation, decided with one man, Dr. Edu Amponsa, on an motorbikes, Cocoa board, to take the case to CID to re-investigate it. Now you move forward and you see this. The new court complex has about 4 different courts dedicated to criminal trials. So court your 4 different complexes, and at least every complex be about 100 or something judges. So they, in fact, cases bar handle. Now we read the way now with 2 additional courts to deal with financial crimes. However, the Chief Justice then, that is Madam Georgina Wood. And remember, Georgina Wood was appointed by Kufuor. So you have to understand the drill. I will show you. Now, however, the Chief Justice then gave a special warrant to come and deal with Dr. Opuni and Seydou Agongo. You see, when you go to the court complex, or when you go to the new court complex, what happens is there are about 4 complexes. And there were so many court judges around that. You don't need to go all the way to the appeals court or go all the way to maybe the high court or the Supreme Court to go bring a judge to come and say, you are in the Supreme Court, but come and handle this case. Unless there's none. But when you go there, you could see, there are a lot of judges there who can handle this same case. But what happened was they skipped all the process and went all the way to go get Hunyuga to come down and do this job. Remember, Justice Afre Ishunibi. Let's move forward. However, the Chief Justice then gave a special warrant to come and deal with Dr. Opuni and Seydou Agongo. At that time, Justice Hunyuga was a court of appeal judge, but he was given a special warrant to deal with them. So they went all the way to court of appeal and then brought Hunyuga and gave him a special warrant to deal with this case. But when you go to the complex, we have the criminal division. We have the so many divisions. When you go there are so many judges there who can, in fact, Abroso could be chosen to handle this. But from day one, Hunyuga was the person they saw they could bring all the way from the top. And you say a short judge, so no. But they brought Hunyuga from the top to come and handle this case. If this is a lie, bring out and say it's a lie. Now see this. At that time, Justice Hunyuga was a court of appeal judge, but he was given a special warrant to deal with them. In the course of the case, Ekufuado promoted him to the Supreme Court. Just Judge Hunyuga, judge, after making such statement in these 72 hours, and Ekufuado moving the court Supreme Court. Remember, Justice Afre, a chachuchi kata case, so also a unified appeals court, a basrona, and din answer, and you're promoting the court, a Supreme Court, Omokoko Jeli, a chachuchi kata. The same philosophy, the same playbook, the same strategy. And who is the president? Nana Addo Ekufuado. Where we are talking about Attorney General, we are talking about all these things that Ekufuado manipulates from behind the scenes. Ekufuado manipulates the CJ. Indeed, this is not new. Now, the final part says, so it is time for Hunyuga to do his side of the bargain. Because Hunyuga Krana promoting, there were a lot of judges, they were surprised to say, what actually informed the president to move this guy to the Supreme Court? Hunyuga has been given a deal. The president has played his part. It is left with Hunyuga to make sure Opuni goes to jail. And then Osaf Mafukoji case ni free Yoko. Oni Eduan Ponsa or MPP executive or Yoko. A cocoa board, a come with Tribon to go and lie. And Eduan Ponsano Ekodru court, he went to fumble, he lied, and he was caught. Or Pejeno, Hunyuga said, no, I'm not going to jail him. I'm not going to take his statement out. Let's finish the case before I come back to him. It has never happened in court before. So when you check all these things, you see, the inconsistencies was there, but the idea behind it is Hunyuga has to jail Opuni. It does not matter. And then when you see Godfrey Dame, he does not respect any judge in Ghana. Or see, apart from Hunyuga, he cannot move on with this case. Anything and there, he's on Doche. Anything and there, the CJ is there. Anything and there, Gertrude Tokonu. Anything and there, Ashikote. Anything and there, all these people are there. I will be telling you what is happening behind the scenes. It's me my idea, how it started. And the ABC Tuesday, whether these people who call themselves honest people, and I say, who call themselves, judges, we will see who they are. God is watching all of us. Today, I will expose people. We catch up last week. A document has been put together on Doche. We are going to serve this document to the U.S. Embassy. We are going to serve this document to the CIA because you say our judges, in Ghana, some of them, they just want to destroy. Doing that will not kill anybody. It is the truth. They have to look through all this and analyze some of these judges. It's very, very important. And then sometimes you see me say, why am I still on this Opuni case? Because I want to make it viral. When I present the documents, I can send a link to them, say, follow my link, look at the documents, and then ask your questions. And then you see me on Opuni's case, and then because all that we have written in the document, the facts, going to see, we want to also document it by making it go viral like this. Because, when you're dealing with international institutions like the CIA, the embassies, you just don't write. You need a lot of backing. And the world needs to know more because so when you see me on this one every day, there's a reason why we need to put a lot of effort in it. We need to make sure the facts are also out there. These documents we are sending, the moment you take it there, they will understand what we are talking about and they can do their own investigation. Doche is a very dangerous man. And I want the world to know the kind of person Doche is. And Opuni to every her. I remember Mate said, I called one of my colleagues in Kenya. I'll say the Chief Justice was there. They have done a few jobs there. I will let you know what he went to do in Kenya. We are working around the world to make sure, say, no credit. Yebeka no credit, ama bibia I said and Edakoto. So this is what happened. Now, somebody will ask, judges na yebe on profile no. What is wrong with them? Have they done anything wrong? 5 judges na kwatena ase and say Hunyuiga from the facts in front of them no. They think say Hunyuiga is not right to sit on this case and that he should sit aside for another judge to sit in. A year Attorney General Ba or say no, only Hunyuiga should sit on this case. As judges, a dear Nebema judge I can say, you know what? Upon all the facts in front of me, upon all the things I've said to you, the inconsistencies, the lies, the making up of stories, the conspiracy, everything, what will make a judge say, says still, I will go and sit and say on Tuesday, let Hunyuiga go back to this case. What will make a judge do that? Something should make a judge do that. And I'm going to prove to you why some of these judges are doing this. Today, my mention of judges maybe come before Tuesday verdict. I know that you have heard a new name here today, and that name is Yoni Kulendi. Yoni Kulendi, or a new person case. The issue is, 7 judges now Martina say a review. No, Yoni Kulendi is not part of it, but he is the one pulling all the strings. Remember, Kulendi was actually promoted by Ekufuado. Ekufuado made him a Supreme Court judge. Remember, Kulendi has worked with the Ekufuado's law firm before, the same as Godfrey Dame. So Semeka said he is pulling the strings. I'll show you and I'll prove to you why Kulendi is pulling the strings and he's dangerous for the Supreme Court. It's very, very important. Now let me show you this. This judge is called Justice Ashikote, right? Let me shift a little bit so that you have an idea of what is coming. Professor Ashikote, Obianim say he was brought in with Gertrude Kutonu to come and be part of the 5 judges to make sure say review now or dame Edinburgh Supreme Court that review the verdict becomes solid enough. In fact, this man is a man majority of Ghanaians thought to say he's a man who works with the facts. He works with the principle. He even doesn't make law and I say judicial regime so complicated. In fact, he's somebody people have revered for a long time because they thought say at his age he's about to retire. What does he need? He just needs to protect his integrity. He just needs to protect his credibility. He needs to protect all that he has built till date. So why do you think, sir, Friday Mekacho said this guy, Ashikote, do you know Ashikote? Oh yeah, he was made the chairman of Presbyterian University because Omokwano they thought to say he's somebody they hold in high esteem. He respects himself. He will never fall for a young man like Godfrey Dame because he has worked so hard to get to this point. In Tomoyana, the chairman of the Presbyterian University Council. And at this point, I was talking to one of the members there yesterday, and it was like, they are so shocked that this man will fall for this. Because from the beginning, they have seen him to be a man when he sees the truth, he will deal with the truth. And so why are you saying he will vote, say, Onyuiga should come back to this case upon all the facts in front of him? This man was met by Godfred Dame. Now, what happened was, he has been promised a retirement package on Wankasa Ohubida. He has been promised a retirement package. He can't sleep. Godfred Dame has seen him. He has talked to him. He has made him understand, say, a retirement package has been put there for him. He and his children and his grandchildren would never one day ask for a dime or $1 million from somebody, because the package that has been put on the side by the government, by the president, and he, Attorney General lead, is huge. How did I get to know this? You see, Godfred Dame is not old. Godfred Dame is not matured. He is going outside there bragging, telling friends, but he's forgotten that the friends he thinks he likes are the friends who like us. The source he speaks to are the source we work with. So Godfred Dame is going out there telling people that, as quoted here, it's easy. The issue is he has understood. He is going to make sure on Tuesday, the review, he will say Onyuiga should stay on the case. Now, I have a tape on Ashikote. The reason why I'm not going to play it today is because this man, or a Nipebia, there's somebody in the Supreme Court who is a retired judge telling me, say, Kevin, let's test this guy and see. Because this retired judge still does not believe Ashikote is doing this. Let me tell you, I talk to a lot of people. I talk to politicians, pastors. I talk to even military, police. I talk to senior officials, because I talk to people who are worried. Some people find me to talk to me because sometimes they are shocked. Like, how could this person change in this shortest possible time? What happened? Godfred Dame has seen this Ashikote man, and then he has told him, said the president says, because his retirement is near, he is going to give him some retirement benefits. He himself, he will not believe it. That is what made this guy tell Godfred Dame that the president has his vote and that he will keep Onyuiga on the case. Let's move forward. Now, now the next person to look at is this person. This woman, Gertrude Tukonu. Remember, Gertrude and Professor Ashikote, where the two judges are, five. Now, I've played this woman's tapes. This woman has been in front of churches. He has been in front of fathers, pastors. She has proven to the world to say she's one person who, when it comes to being faithful, being truthful, being a Christian who will, no matter what the situation she finds herself, she will speak the truth. She has proven it over the time. In fact, majority of the people in Ghana, young girls, young guys, they listen to this woman and sometimes they ask themselves, can this woman even ever commit a crime? Can she ever make a statement that is foul against a fellow human being? Can this woman, upon all the things she says, can she deliberately, because of some greed, decide to make sure that some crime, she in fact condones some crime, supports some crime to make sure some people's rights are taken away from them? This woman, Gertrude Tukonu, her husband, was appointed by the president to the Narcotic Control Board. He is the CEO of the Narcotics Control or whatever. And remember, this woman's husband, for about 7 years, he was a pharmacist. He never had a job. Yeah. For about 3-4 years, he never had a job. Ekufuor came and gave this woman's husband, recently, he made him the boss of narcotic control. Now remember, this man has some criminal case. Even the people at narcotic control are raising against him. Yoko has his docket. And this is Gertrude Tukonu's husband. Now, Gertrude Tukonu has decided to make sure, say, whatever the president wants, whatever Godfred Dame wants, she will make sure, say, Onyuiga goes back to sit on that case. Now you ask yourself, why will she do that? This woman, Gertrude Tukonu, has been eyeing the Chief Justice slot from day one. What they have been dangling before her is just, we will make you Chief Justice. Remember, this woman, Gertrude Tukonu, was part of the 7-0 in the Supreme Court, the election petition. She was the woman there. I gave her so many opportunities because I thought, say, at least, maybe no more 7, no. Now pressure that was so ultimately can be a bit different from what the Chief Justice wants you to say. But today, you are an individual who can make a decision based on the fact in front of you. Now, this woman, all that she's eyeing in her life is to become Chief Justice. That's all. And she has sworn to Godfrey Dame that she will do everything possible because they have told her that when Chief Justice Eninyebwa in the next year goes on retirement, she will be made the Chief Justice. So with her, she has put aside her religion. She has put aside her values. She has put aside the facts in front of her. She has put aside the criminality some judges are putting together to make sure, say, her greed, her selfish interest, she puts it ahead of herself, her religion, her values, and everything that she stands for. Remember, me bought this woman's tape, and when you listen to her, you might think she's somebody. She will look at the facts before she speaks, because she's been speaking about righteousness. She's been speaking about good morals. She's been speaking about being a child of God, being an honest Christian. And if Gertrude Tukonu dies, she knows she'll go to heaven. But she knows this decision she's taking, when she dies today, she'll go to hell. She knows, but she wants to do it because it is greed. This is Gertrude Tukonu.
Creation is waiting for the manifestation of the sons of God. Whether it is in health, it is in education, it is in business, it is in governance, it is in law, it is in entertainment. Give the earth to anybody apart from the sons of God, and they will corrupt it. Give the earth to and note this, there are 3 types of sons. Write it down. The first type of son, that is S-U-N. The first type of son that we need to note is the sons of the devil. The sons of the devil. 1 Samuel chapter 2 verse 12. Now the sons of, and is giving fake medicine. Are you listening to me? What's going to happen? You're cutting off the life of that person. The sons of the devil are willing to sell HIV medicine. Did you know that HIV medicine is free? Anybody who gets HIV, can you imagine the pain that person lives in? We are not looking at how they got it, but can you imagine the trauma they live in? Knowing that you've got a disease that is incurable. It's like hearing that you've got cancer. And people, and let's say that, so that such people can at least have the relief of free health care. Are you hearing me? And that there are people who are willing to sell such medicine to such people. The sons of Belial, they are all around us. They are all around us. They are headmasters who will sleep with school children. They are judges who will take bribe so that they will release armed robbers into the community who should be on remand. Who will sleep with school children. They are judges who will take bribe so that they will release armed robbers into the community who should be on remand. They are judges who will take bribe so that they will release armed robbers into the community who should be on remand. They are judges who will take bribe so that they will release armed robbers into the community who should be on remand.
Okay, so this is Gertrude Tukonu. She was brought in to be part of the review team. Now, I'm telling you, on Tuesday, she's going to vote to say Hunyuiga should go back and sit on this case. Her reason is simple. They have promised her that they will make her Chief Justice. That is all that she's been looking for. From the petition day to date, any single thing that comes, they just dangle, I'll make you Chief Justice in front of her, and she swallows it. So the reason why Tukonu Gertrude has decided to vote Tuesday to make sure that Hunyuiga we all know has committed all the crimes, has flaunted all the laws, she will overlook all the nonsense. She will overlook all the experience, all the hard work. She will overlook everything. Her religious background, her values, everything that she preaches every day, that if today she dies, she'll go to heaven. She will even overlook that and make sure that because of her selfish greed, she will say that Hunyuga should go back. It's simple. Madam Gertrude, if your son, and I am not saying that if a government official or an individual is before the law, we should try everything to make sure Opuni or Agongo, they work. No, if they're guilty, we should pronounce them guilty. But we should not force people who are not guilty to be guilty. We should not tweak the law to make somebody who is not guilty guilty. We should not make sure that a judge who has shown biasness, and we all know witnesses, we should not condone that. And that is what we are against. Nobody sitting here and saying that Opuni, no matter what, he's Jesus. He's not. If he's guilty, he's guilty. If he's not, he's not. But we don't want judges to condone crime. That is our problem here. We don't want judges, because of their selfish interest, to make sure that the right thing is not done. That is what we are against, because you are judges. You should be just. You should not think about your promotion, wanting to be Chief Justice. If you become Chief Justice tomorrow and you die, your own Bible tells you, if you gain everything on earth and you die, what kind of nonsense have you achieved? So, woman, you have done everything in law. You have done everything in court. People know you. The Chief Justice, at the end of the day, could be the end of your beginning. Don't force God to push you where you don't want to be, because He might force God to push you into fire. So just sit back and analyze the issue. Let some judge come sit on this matter and listen to every part. If Opuni, Agongo, they are guilty, they have to go to jail. If they are not, they need to walk, because we don't have to make sure we suppress people with the same law that is supposed to be served to everyone justly, so that we all can know that the law was served in a just manner. So all this woman is doing is because she wants to be Chief Justice. That is all. Now let's go to the next person. Now the next person is somebody who is not part of the review team, but he's very important in this whole matter. And this person goes by the name, be easy. All right, and this judge goes by this name, Yoni Kulendi. Yoni Kulendi. Yoni Kulendi was appointed by Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo to become a Supreme Court judge. Remember, Yoni Kulendi worked at Akufo-Addo's law firm. Remember, Yoni Kulendi and Godfrey Dame, they all worked at Akufo-Addo's law firm before. Remember, Yoni Kulendi is Akufo-Addo's darling boy. Remember, Yoni Kulendi is basically the only lawyer or judge who can walk into Akufo-Addo's room and tell him what he should do next. Yoni Kulendi is Akufo-Addo's talisman when you come to the Supreme Court and how cases are supposed to be determined. You might be a kid if you don't know that Yoni Kulendi is still the only judge in Ghana who is practicing, or he is still in the Supreme Court using he is still running his law firm from the Supreme Court. He is the only judge. Nobody can speak about Yoni Kulendi. Now, why is Yoni Kulendi in this case? Yoni Kulendi has been the talisman. He has been the hub in making sure that Hunyuga stays in this case. Now, the president can never directly walk to Hunyuga. The president cannot, majority of the time, walk to the CJ. But the president can use his talisman to make sure that his message gets to the person he wants it to get to. And the person who does that is Yoni Kulendi. This man is the man who is making sure that the president's ambition of making Ghanaians think that he fought corruption by prosecuting Opuni and putting him in jail works. This guy's job is basic. I'll put you in the Supreme Court, I'll promote you, and make sure my political ambition for making people think I fought corruption comes to pass. So Yoni Kulendi has been that person who is pulling the strings. Today I'll ask him a simple question. Yoni Kulendi. Now, last Tuesday, just this Tuesday, Yoni Kulendi met Hunyuga. This is breaking news. Sometimes people think we are asleep. We are not. Last Tuesday, this judge, Yoni Kulendi, who was promoted by Chief Justice by Ekufuado, Yoni Kulendi, who worked at Ekufuado's law firm, Yoni Kulendi, who is Ekufuado's talisman, Yoni Kulendi, who used to work with Odame in Ekufuado's law firm, on Tuesday met Hunyuiga. They had over 4-hour conversation. Yoni Kulendi met Hunyuiga on Tuesday. Now, the conversation was simple. The president told me to come tell you that Gertrude and Ashikote, they have given him the assurance that they are going to make sure you stay on this case. The president told me to tell you that he is behind you and he knows that you will deliver because he has a package for you. Now, he met him on Tuesday. I want Yoni to release a statement because there's something I want to ask him and there's something I want to put out. On Tuesday. And that was the message Yoni Kulendi went to tell Hunyuiga. Because let me tell you, Hunyuiga, as we speak, has told the Chief Justice a couple of times he is not interested in this case again. He's tired. The people of Pando, they are making fun of him. What's the name of his place? Where he's chief. Right now, when he goes to his village, they laugh at him. He has become a ridicule. He's become an object of ridicule. He has become somebody like nobody respects again. And that he is tired. His name is all over the place. His kids. So the people of Nyagbo, they don't even want him. He's lost that respect. They call him the political judge. They call him the foot soldier judge. He's tired. The disgrace is too much. When there's a funeral in his village, he cannot even go there. So he told the Chief Justice, I don't want to be part. The Chief Justice said, you have no option than to make sure you sit on this case because you are the only judge. Remember, you were not supposed to come to the Supreme Court. There was a reason why you were moved to the Supreme Court. If after you even made those pronouncements, no reasonable president will move you to the Supreme Court. And so Ekufuado moved you because there is a job you have to do and you need to accomplish this. So now, how did Yoni Kulendi know that Tuesday, Ashikote and Gertrude will be voting yes? I told you on Friday that they will say that Hunyuiga should go back to the case. So this guy went to Hunyuiga over 4 hours. They were in the room trying to tell Hunyuiga, the president has your back, the CJ has your back. You are the only person who can stay on this case. Now, what makes Yoni Kulendi dangerous in our Supreme Court is that he's somebody who has done something in his past that is dangerous. When a man changes his name, then there should be a reason why that man has changed his name. I will never change my name and say, at a point, I want to change Kevin Taylor to something else. There should be a specific reason for a man. And that reason should be very, very important to that person. You cannot just walk and say, I want to change my name. The name my father, my mother, they put on, they named me or after. Say, I want to change it. It will take something extraordinary. Something that you want your past to be wiped. Totally. O pese wechi no, ya pepa wechi, send ye beya ye bo Kevin Taylor pa, obi huni pa ye bo no, ebi ye chere ye bo Charles Amankwa. It is Yoni Kulendi has changed his name. His real name, o change by Yoni Kulendi, is Emmanuel Timbila. This man. His real name, o change by Yoni Kulendi, is Emmanuel Timbila. Now, I want to ask him a question. Yoni Kulendi, have you committed any murder before? It's a question I'm asking. When you were in school, did you commit any crime, any murder? Did you use an object to hit your teacher for him to die? It's a simple question I'm asking. Because some family members called me and said that their family member was your teacher and that you used an object to hit him to die. He died. You committed that crime. And I don't want to sit here and say you have done it. That's why I'm asking you. Did you, when you were in school, did you use an object to hit your teacher for him to die? Have you committed murder? I don't want to believe all that the family told me. That is why I'm asking you a question. Because they are telling me they want to bring me documents. I don't want to, but I want to give you the benefit of the doubt before they bring me anything for me to ask. When you were in high school, when you were in school, did you use any object to hit your teacher for him to die? Did you commit murder? Was it the reason why you changed your name from Emmanuel Timbila to Yoni Kulendi? It's a question. I am not saying you did it. I am not saying you have done it. I am saying, did you do it? Because next week, I'm going to bring what they are also bringing me so that the world will get to know. That's what I'm saying. A man who changes his name, you should be very careful about that man. And what hurts me is the minority in parliament before Yoni Kolindi was vetted to become the Supreme Court judge. They had this information. That is what the family is telling me now. So it means Haruna Idrisu knew. It means Muntaka knew. Why didn't they ask you about this matter? Were they all trying to cover up anything that you have done that they think will obstruct you from becoming the Chief Justice? Oh, sorry, a Supreme Court judge and all going ahead to become Chief Justice? Because your priority, your utmost priority now is Kufuor to make you the Chief Justice. Kolendi, that's why I want to tell Gertrude Tukonu, said, Gertrude, you are wasting your time. Let me tell you, Gertrude Tukonu, Kufuor will never bypass Yoni Kolendi, aka Emmanuel Timbila, to make you CJ over his dead body. Because you know why? The reason is Godfrey Dame and Yoni Kolendi are product of his law firm. They understand his game. They understand his blueprint. The same way they understood his blueprint when Kufuor was president and they did everything to make sure they jailed Chachuchi Kata. It's the same format. It's a 4-4-2 formation that he's using his boys to do. They are Kufuor's root men. So if Gertrude Tukonu, you think that Kufuor will bypass Kolendi and make you Chief Justice, then you are, without due respect, you have become a Bible-holding virgin. You have no idea of what Christianity is. I'm asking Yoni Kolendi a simple question. Were you called Emmanuel Timbila? And did you hit your teacher with an object for him to die? Have you committed a crime? Have you committed murder? I am asking you a question. Some family members wrote to me, called me and said, this is what happened. They are bringing documents and police. I said, fine. I'm saying I just want to ask you because I don't want to sit here and condemn you. So it is very important to come out and clarify this. There are lots and lots of people in the Supreme Court who are not supposed to be there. So Yoni Kolendi, it's a simple thing. Please, if you did that, let us know. And if you did that, do you think you are qualified to be a Supreme Court judge in the first place? If you committed murder, change your name and got to this point, are you sure that you are fit to be a Supreme Court judge? It's a simple thing. We need to make sure that the judiciary is very, very and I would like to ask you, Yoni Kolendi, a simple question again. When that thing happened, when the murder happened, when you used that object to hit your teacher, it's a question. Who was your lawyer? Was it Ambrose Derry? Let me rephrase this question again. Some catch the Supreme Court say, let's do the right thing and we will all walk. We will all be clean men, diligent men, we can all sleep. Yoni Kolendi, have you committed murder? Did you use an object to hit your teacher when you were in school for him to die? And who was your lawyer? Was it Ambrose Derry, the current Minister of Interior? Was it him? And I would like to ask Ambrose Derry, were you the lawyer for Yoni Kolendi, aka Emmanuel Timbila, when he committed that murder? Were you his lawyer? Things, there are facts there. Say Yoni did this or he did that, but I am asking a question, and I expect Yoni Kolendi as a Supreme Court judge to come out and say, Kevin, no, I never committed that crime. I wasn't called that. Ambrose Derry has never represented me anywhere. I want to know that, because if these people bring me these things, I'm giving you just 24 hours. That is tomorrow. Yoni Kolendi, I want to protect you as a Supreme Court judge. I don't want anybody to say anything bad about you. I don't want people to bring things that is not true. That is why I am telling you or asking you today, be quick. Ambrose Derry too is not dead. People, please, before you tell me Kevin did what was wrong, I want your reputation to be intact. So let us know if this happened. Was Derry your lawyer? Was your name Emmanuel Timbila? What made you change your name to Yoni Kolendi? Have you committed a murder? It's simple as that. Let's move forward. You're still watching, with all due respect. You're still watching the news before the news. Tomorrow is Monday, right? Yeah. There's the news before the news. After this short break, we are going straight to Enin Yeboah, who is the Chief Justice of Ghana.
We wish to congratulate you for the excellent manner you are governing this dear country of ours, Ghana, and the significant gains made in the economy in your first term. It is true that you have won high admiration not only in Africa, but also in advanced democracies. Your flagship programs, like the free senior high school, planting for food and jobs, which has increased food production and has even led to exports. One district, one factory, among others, has increased food production and has improved upon the standard of living of many Ghanaians. Indeed, for special mention is the free SHS, which has broken boundaries and has greatly bridged the gap between the rich and the poor. This program has also broken the record which was held by the first president of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, who gave free education to our brothers and sisters in the northern part of Ghana. Your free SHS program is unprecedented in the history of Ghana. In the first term, as it covers the whole country, we in this district have equally benefited, and we say, Ayuko to your excellency, and may God and our ancestors shower their blessings on you, give you longer life and deeper thoughts to move this nation forward. It is our hope that with your vision and the gains made in your first term, Ghanaians may consider giving you another 4 years. It is our hope that with your vision and the gains made in your first term, Ghanaians may consider giving you another 4 years.
All right, welcome back to the show. The guy's name is Edu Ampoma, not Amponsa. Sorry, Edu Ampoma. He is the witness who paged himself in court. Thank you very much for the correction. As I can see, said the family is really watching. The whole of Ghana, the whole of the world. Is very, very important that we correct ourselves as we move along. You know, there are a lot of things that I read here. So when I get something wrong, it's always good for you guys to correct me. It is Edu Ampoma, Dr. Edu Ampoma. In fact, let me try and get his picture again before we move on. This is Dr. Yao Edu Ampoma. He donated 35 motorbikes to NPP campaign team. He is the person I've been saying every time, say he paged himself. And so still, Hunyuiga said he should walk. This guy, Dr. Yao Edu Ampoma, he is the guy on Osaf Malfo came together to lie. The inconsistencies, no mistake, you know. I gave you an idea of what is happening. All right, welcome back to the show. Let's go straight and pick the next person on the bill. Now, the next person on the bill is the one and only. Where are you? The one and only Chief Justice of Ghana, Justice Enin Yeboah. Profiling. Profiling, oh. We will focus here, profiling. All right, let's talk about the Chief Justice Enin Yeboah. Chief Justice Enin Yeboah, we all know, is the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. Now, for some reason, people in the judicial circle still don't understand why the Chief Justice is doing things because sometimes some of the actions from the Chief Justice, it baffles them. Chief Justice position is a for life position. When you get it, you are not supposed to be a puppet or a puppy to anybody. You just have to make sure you stick to the principles, because at the end of the day, your job is to come and look at the facts and make sure present the facts and make sure you protect our judiciary, and that's it. So sometimes the Chief Justice takes decisions that are so political to the point whereby some people ask, has the Chief Justice, and I say, does the government of the day, Ekufuado, who appointed this Chief Justice, does he have anything on this Chief Justice? Sometimes you are forced to ask this question, because let's even just look at the election petition. What would have happened, or what would we have lost, or would we have lost anything as a nation if the Chief Justice had said, say, we are Ghanaians, Jane Mensah, sit in a box and just make a statement and let's move on? Do you think we'd have lost something? No. That's why I kept saying, the beginning of our distraction was the beginning when the Chief Justice decided to protect Jane Mensah. Because Chief Justice is Ghanaian. Chief Justice is to about to say, honestly, Obia is interested to know who actually won the election with which figure, right? So upon all the gymnastics and all the English and grammar and Agutampa fooling himself and everybody making comedy out of themselves, a Chief Justice is a patriot who loves Ghana, who wants the peace of this nation to be sustained. He will say, you know what, let's put everything aside, bullshit everything. The black book, put it aside. Jane Mensah, enter this box and answer one question and say, Asimesi got 2, Asimesi got 1. What would have happened if the Chief Justice had done that? Because he took an oath to say he will protect the democracy of this nation. And that was one of the main things that he was supposed to do to protect our democracy. We live in a country where today, as we speak, you cannot get 2-3 people sitting there to tell you, or sit on a platform or as a panel to tell you the exact figure Akufo-Addo used to win these elections. We don't have it. When you ask about the exact figure Akufo-Addo used to win or used to win this election, somebody will say, did NDC bring their figures? NDC is not easy. Easy is Jane Mensah. So if I ask the question that at the internet about Akufo-Addo did win the election, I can say NDC came to court without a figure. Fine, NDC, they are mad. They don't have a figure. Who is the EC? The EC is Jane Mensah. Why is Jane Mensah not telling us who won? Because if we are in class, I'm not deviating, but I want you to know the kind of Chief Justice we have. If we are in class, next will be say me first, me second, me third. Next will be screaming. Teacher don't go and kuta our results, no. In fact, the teacher be for another class ba no be catch say Kevin Taylor on our way Kofi Amwako on our D4th. Then you can say okay no. It still does not make sense because at the end of the day, cumulative records will be a teacher then kikabo on natural results, no. So why would the teacher say obi proprietor na ka say I Kevin the D1st until obi afana asem ko. Adentina teacher no ye nyina ya ba assembly na ye free teacher say be gire nim na body ori ye di our day na wie. Come and tell us who our day no we mo kesi aware. Teacher no say menye nti na proprietor of the school sits there. Who is the CJ to say no problem. Teacher no say on kanti yenko efie there me proprietor dem aka me say your friend say Kevin Taylor na D1st ni we na D2nd yenko fie. Abra proprietor he wasn't in class. He does not know who performed what. He does not know which score anyone got. He is or she is the proprietor or proprietress. So how can the proprietors or the CJ tell us say nipa or conduct election dan nipa ni so but say school run the proprietor of the school no so person the school no school amanfo gidi ebe some do mbaba no mu se kan yo and transparency or the proprietor will instruct the teacher and or this class and say come forward and tell the whole school who was first and who was second. But for the proprietor to say mama teacher, then the proprietor knows the teacher is hiding something. Ebi a PTA chairman no ne bana we into proprietor person ebeka into PTA chairman ne bana ebeka so we oni pemu de no results. Obi anko hwe a pigeonhole mu or results them. That is what we saw at the election petition. So these are the kind of things you look at and you say it's a law. There's law and there's common sense. There's law and there's patriotism. There's law and there's logic. There's law and there's intelligence. Why can't we put the law aside and apply common sense and say, do this so that next time when somebody comes to fill a position, they will not take that same nonsense idea to also cover up the democracy. It's simple as that. But Eninia Boa said no. Jane Mensah should not. So people started questioning the intelligence, questioning the commitment, questioning the patriotism of the CJ. Consistently, so many things have happened now. People have been asking questions about Chief Justice Enini Yeboah. Is he even right? Is he a party foot soldier? Does he even care about the judiciary? Is he there to make himself rich and make sure Akufo-Addo keeps on committing crimes and make sure the government keeps on flouting the laws of this nation? Or he's there to protect the fundamental rights of Ghanaians? So these are things which are very, very important. When you pick up a Chief Justice, you need to analyze, you scale him before you say, this guy we can trust. As I sit here, it will be very difficult for me to trust a Chief Justice who cannot apply common sense. Without due respect, say, I think this petition, you did not apply common sense. Maybe you were trying to protect somebody. Maybe. Now, Chief Justice Enini Yeboah, in this case, what role has he played? What is he doing to make sure, say, people, and I say, the process gets skewed? What has the Chief Justice done? What has been his contribution behind the scenes to make sure, say, Imran, maybe also at the Tono, on Capito, on Stephen Apia, on Tornado, on Samuel and Dede Ayo of our judiciary? What part is he playing? Has he shown any commitment to make sure the process is followed through? No, he hasn't. The reason why the Chief Justice hasn't is because he knows the president and this government have something on him. Now, Chief Justice Enini Yeboah has met Hunyinga, this same judge, and told him blunt of Franklin in his face that I am not going to change you because you took that position to come to Supreme Court, and this is the time for you to make sure you make amends. So the Chief Justice has told Hunyuga a couple of times. Hunyuga has tried everything possible for Chief Justice to take him off this case, but still the Chief Justice says no. Nobody in this courts can handle this case because there was a specific reason why you were picked, and your job is to prosecute, jail Seydou Agongo and Opuni because one, Seydou Agongo, abai we agent $120 million to say a base capital for his bank, and Omakoguni Bank. A year Opuni, this government has not been able to establish for a fact. So I Bonibi. For 5 years, they have not been able to walk into court with anything tangible to say Opuni took 1 city or 2 cities, or Opuni took a decision that at the end of the day affected this government or Ghana. So at this point, you are the only person who could go there, close your eyes, close your ears, close your eyes and close your ears and act as if you were an alligator, sit there and do what no rational judge would do by prosecuting these people without making sure the process is followed through. So it's a one-way street for Hunyuga. Chief Justice said, no, you are stuck with this case. I am not going to change you. The president says, Kulendi, go and tell him I have better package for him. There is a reason why I moved him to Supreme Court. He needs to reward me back. 3, the issue we are talking about here is tribal political because Osafumafo Dems have an idea that a northern should never hold a bank like Heritage Bank, which was owned by Opuni, Agongo, and also somebody like Opuni who is a threat to our politics because he is intelligent. He is somebody who is dynamic, he is vibrant, and that he could be an asset for the NDC. We need to make sure that we stop him. And finally, to make sure the promise we promised Ghanaians that Opuni is a criminal, no matter what, if we want to stay in power, we need to make sure we feed them with some red meat, and that red meat is to confiscate everything of Opuni, make sure we put him in jail illegally by going against the rules and regulations so that the people accept us again and give us power. So these are some of the things that the government and the president and the Chief Justice and these people in government have put together to make sure that the people believe in them. Chief Justice Enini Yeboah, you have a brother called Kofi Anno. Kofi Anno. In fact, he aka Evangelist. Chief Justice, that your brother called Kofi Anno, aka Evangelist. Evangelist has become very rich suddenly. That's your brother. He is picking some monies and keeping it somewhere where you know. Do you know about that? Because we have records. Kofi Anno recently bought this Audi, a luxurious Audi, and those Porsches is driving. We want to know because recently the Attorney General or somebody said, the special prosecutor said, there's going to be lifestyle audit. Do you think that Kofi Anno, today, if we audit him, he can prove to the whole Ghana that everything that he owns, you have no idea about it? Has he collected any money in your name? 500,000 in your name. Have you instructed him to take any money in your name? It's a question. I'm not accusing you. Chief Justice, I am just asking you a question. Your brother Kofi Anno, aka Evangelist, has he collected any money in your name that you know about? It's just a question. Because the moment I ask a question, you know I have facts to back it. I'm giving everybody 24 hours before we enter Tuesday. I told you guys some time back, it's either I break the judiciary or the judiciary breaks me. I'm going to say this again. I said after the election petition that it's either I break this judiciary with facts or the judiciary breaks me. It's very important. I'm asking the Chief Justice a simple question. Your brother Kofi Anno, has he collected any money in your name? The recent Audi he bought, and we have records of how much work he's getting, how much money he's making. It's very, very important. Now, I would like to ask you, Chief Justice, on the desk of President Akufo-Addo, is there a petition against you about some $500,000 from some oil magnate, some oil tycoon, that you took his $500,000 that you are going to give him a judicial land? Is there a petition on the president's table about you? It's a simple thing. Because if somebody wrote a petition, it means that person can provide that petition. It's simple. And it's a question that I'm asking. Chief Justice Enini Yeboah, is there a petition against you or about you, which is on the desk of the chief of the president of the republic? He has been petitioned that you took $500,000 to give some business, some oil tycoon, a judicial land which he never got. Do you have an idea that there's a petition on the desk of the president about you? And do you have an idea or knowledge about this issue? Because if somebody wrote a petition, that means that person exists. That it means that information is there. I'm asking questions. I'm saying 24 hours. It's a 24 hours that can make people lose everything or protect everything. 24 hours. It can make people in our judiciary, some of our judges, lose everything that they have built or protect everything that they have built. So, Chief Justice, I'm asking, is it the reason why it looks like the president is holding your balls? Is it part of the reason why it seems or it looks like you cannot act? You are not yourself. Is there a reason why? Has anything happened at Akosombo? Do you know about any incident that happened at Akosombo? Has any incident happened between you and your secretary or anything? Has anything like that happened? These are questions. And I'm talking about high profile molestation and sexual advancement. And I'm just asking, have anything like that happened? Because I like to give people the opportunity, the benefit of the doubt to explain themselves before. I said the next 24 hours will either destroy people or it will help people to protect everything that they have built. So sometimes I ask myself, is somebody holding you back? Is somebody holding something against you? The petition on the desk of the president, do you know about it? Why haven't you just made a decision to make sure Hunyuiga leaves this case? What will you lose if we wake up tomorrow morning, may God forbid, and they say Hunyuiga is dead? Can't we get any judge to sit on this Opuni case? So why are you bent on making sure Hunyuiga is the only person who gets to go sit on this Opuni case? It's simple as that. Let's say the whole Ghana, we all hate Hunyuiga. Let's say we all hate him. And you, Chief Justice, you want to prove to us that you are the Chief Justice and your judges are legit. So you are going to appoint somebody else to come and represent you and let Ghanaians know that it is not political. It is not something being manipulated by you, the presidency, or anybody. And it is the law that we are all following. Why can't you just do that to protect your office and protect what we call the judiciary in Ghana? But most importantly, I want to know if there's a petition on the president's desk about some $500,000 judicial land. And this big oil guy, this guy whose money he is saying that you took, he wrote a petition to the president. I want to know, do you have an idea about it? Is it true? Because what I'm asking, if somebody has written a petition, obviously I am going to get that petition for the world to know. I'm asking you, Chief Justice Enini Yeboah. Let's move forward. Now, the next person to look at right now, we have two more people to go. Wibeka can go on there. Two more people. The next person to look at now is the man himself. Do I even have his picture on the system? But guys, I don't get a guy's picture. Oh. Get me Hunyuiga's picture. But we all know Hunyuiga. Okay. So Hunyuiga on the ground. After this piece, put Hunyuiga's picture on my right. It's very, very important. I think when you were putting stuff together, we forgot to get Hunyuiga's picture on the system. I don't have it. And I know you try and send it to me, but I don't want to be distracted. So at this point, everybody knows Hunyuiga. On the ground, after this piece, cut all the pieces, place Hunyuiga's picture on my right, and I know everyone will know what we are talking about. Now, let's go to the judge himself, the judge who is sitting on the case. Now, I don't feel comfortable. I need to have Hunyuiga's picture on my set before I can go ahead with this show. I'll be right back after this short break. You're still watching, with all due respect, the news before the news. right, thank you very much for staying. You're still watching the news before the news. My name is Kevin Akobedu Taylor. I'll be streaming live from our studios here in Washington, D.C. It's exactly 6:30 p.m. U.S. East Coast. It's definitely 10:30 in Ghana. Solid, right? All right. This is the judge, Justice Jackson Hunyuga. He's a chief of, let me try and get you Hunyuga. Yes, Nyagbo. Yes, that's where he is a chief. Let me know where he's a chief exactly so that I don't get it wrong. Now, the man we've been talking about Hunyuga, the man who is doing everything possible to make sure that the right thing is not done in court. You see his face? That is him.
We wish to congratulate you for the excellent manner you are governing this dear country of ours, Ghana, and the significant gains made in the economy in your first term. It is true that you have won high admiration not only in Africa, but also in advanced democracies. Your flagship programs like the Free Senior High School, Planting for Food and Jobs, which has increased food production and has even led to exports. One district, one factory, among others, has increased food production and has improved upon the standard of living of many Ghanaians. Indeed, for special mention is the free SHS, which has broken boundaries and has greatly bridged the gap between the rich and the poor. This program has also broken the record which was held by the first president of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, who gave free education to our brothers and sisters in the northern part of Ghana. Your free SHS program is unprecedented in the history of Ghana. In the first term, as it covers the whole country, we in this district have equally benefited. And we say, Ayuko to your excellency, and may God and our ancestors shower their blessings on you, give you longer life and deeper thoughts to move this nation forward. It is our hope that with your vision and the gains made in your first term, Ghanaians may consider giving you another 4 years. It is our hope that with your vision and the gains made in your first term, Ghanaians may consider giving you another 4 years. It is our hope that with your vision and the gains made in your first term, Ghanaians may consider giving you another 4 years.
All right, so thank you for staying. This is Justice Jackson Hunyuga. This is the man in the middle of the whole action. And he is the one who is presided over the Opuni Agongo case. Now, the lawyers of Opuni and Agongo have said to the Supreme Court, this guy has shown a lot of biasness and all that, and that he needs to be changed. The Attorney General says, no judge in Ghana can handle this case except this guy. He is the angel of judges. Now, Hunyuga, this man is a chief and also a judge. He was promoted from the appeals court, from the high court or whatever, all the way to the Supreme Court after he made this pronouncement. Remember, when he was making this pronouncement, he was still sitting on the case of Opuni and Agongo. Now, I would like to talk to Hunyuga. What do you want? It's simple as that. Hunyuga, what do you want? How do you want your kids and your family to feel? You could be my dad. You could be somebody we could mention and use as reference when we are discussing judiciary in Ghana. I remember, Hunyuga, when you started a law, when you became a judge, when you put yourself on the line to make sure you go to prisons, to go and look for prisoners almost some who are going through frustration, to fight for them to get them out of prison. That was how you were. That was how you were built. So all these things that made people admire you, all these things you have done over the years, why do you want to destroy it? Why do you want to, at this point, finish your life, finish your career, finish every single thing that you have built? Sometimes I don't understand you. Or have you killed someone for Akufo-Addo to see? Do they have evidence that you have killed someone? I feel pity for you sometimes because it does not matter. Listen, Sawotina case, whether you preside or not, it is going to be very difficult for you to prove yourself to Ghanaians that you are an honest judge. It is going to be very difficult. It is going to be very hard for any regime to come in and say you are an honest judge, for anybody to stand in front of you. Because right now, the tag on you as a judge is the judge who sat in public to say everybody should vote for the president, who actually moved me to the Supreme Court. You can correct this by just saying that, you know what, enough has been done. Enough damage has been done to my career. It has been done to my profession. It has been done to myself and my family. And even the throne that I occupy. I don't want to. If you walk away from this case, will you die? Unless you are also greedy, you want something. Unless you are not human. Because for you to allow such a young boy, such a small boy, to manipulate you, to destroy everything, to destroy every single thing that you have built. Are you okay? Godfrey Dame is walking around bragging to people that I have spoken to Unyuiga. He is under my gloves. He will sit on this case. He has no option. Godfrey Dame is basically like, when you divide your age into three, he's a kid. Today, when you go to your village, you can't even step out. You can't go to events. You can't even go to funeral. You can't, because you are too ashamed to even meet people. All because you have allowed such a young boy, such a young black-faced boy, to manipulate you. What do you want? I feel pity for you. I feel ashamed to know you, because if this is the kind of judges we have in Ghana today, every single individual in Ghana knows you. When they mention the name Unyuiga, everybody's like, are you talking about the foot soldier judge? It's so terrible. Now, do you know that Attorney General has tapped your phone? You know that, right? You know. If you don't know, I'm telling you. And it's one of those things they told you. Now, all the judges sitting on this case, their phones have been tapped. Especially Unyuiga, you have no freedom as a judge again. Because of what you have to do for these people, your brother was made director of Ho Polytechnic, with all the issues surrounding him. With all the issues surrounding your brother who was made director of Ho Polytechnic. So I just want to ask you, what do you want? What do you need? When you step away, will you die? I still don't get it, because something should make you be doing what you are doing. Because it is clearly showing that you want to sentence innocent men. Let me tell you for a fact, we have never sat anywhere else, and I've never sat on my platform to say Opuni is guilty or not, Agongo is guilty or not. What I have sat here to say is we all need fair trial. That is all. If you walk away, can't somebody come in and look at the evidence? And if it is what you were thinking, can the person also pronounce the same thing? Because for now, what you have done is you have tainted the whole process. And I don't think any rational, intelligent, honest judge will sit there and say, my friend, go back, unless Doche, who is your primary school classmate, unless Doche, who has been compromised to the point whereby he cannot redeem himself, he has become a lick dog. And I'll come to Doche, because Doche is the one dragging you with him into his pit. Doche, his background, he has forgotten that he's an Ewe. No matter what he does on earth, he can't be Chief Justice in the face of a Kufuor. It is clear. So why will you let Doche, with that his ambition, use you as the toilet to work on that shit to go achieve whatever he cannot achieve in his life? So sometimes you ask yourself, what do you need? What is your end game? Do you think that when you go back and sit on this case, it's going to be okay with you? Do you think that when you go back to sit on this case, no matter the judgment you come out with, still nobody's going to believe you again? And you're going to be one of those judges people see and spit on the side because you are despicable in your actions and against the judiciary. You are going to be one of those judges, they mention your name and people start to pew because Unyuiga is a disgrace to our judiciary. Why should it always be somebody with an Ewe name? You could be my dad. You could be the Chief Justice. You could be a better person. You could be somebody that your village people will see and be proud of. Today, they are disappointed. When they go places, they can't even mention that they are from your town. Because when they ask them, who is your chief, they can't speak. Because the next thing the person will say, that criminal judge. Because of your actions. Because you have allowed yourself to be used by this young boy, Godfred Dame. I feel pity for you. And at the same time, I feel you are greedy. I feel you are acting like a demon, because upon all the things people are saying, upon all the facts in front of us, upon all the flaws we have all detected, people who are not even judges or lawyers or don't have any legal backing, they know for a fact that you are licking the butt of a kufuor and you want to just jail innocent men. We want fair trial, and you are not ripe for that, because your actions, your inconsistency, the way you have handled yourself in this case, we all have realized that you are biased. You cannot use clear conscience to judge. So step aside. You should have been happy the first day people raised that issue. Then that albatross hanging on your neck will be easy, because the people say they don't want me, unless you have something that the people have. Because if I were in your shoes, I would just tell the president, I wanted to do the job for you, but the people don't want me. I also have family. I have a community I'm an elder or a chief on. I am somebody who also protect. They don't want me. Mr. President, please get somebody. That's all you walk. Now, what is making you nod and say, I will still go there and destroy the over 40 years experience in being a judge? These people are politicians. They will go. Another set will come. Are you going to be able to sustain that? These people today who are moving you around and pulling you like a calipo or whatever, they will walk. Or Dame can never be an attorney general for 20 years. He might work in the last 2 years. How about you? How about your credibility? How about you calling yourself a Supreme Court judge, retired or current? How about you working with your family and people being proud of you? How about your village people hailing you? You will be a hero if you tell the world that because of my village, because of the people I represent, because of the people who made me who am I, the people of Nyagbo, I don't want to be involved in this. The president, get somebody else, because I want to protect the integrity of the seat I occupy. But you are looking at all these things and you want to disrespect, disgrace these same people who made you a leader. What kind of person are you? You are showing that you don't even respect the people. Because I know intelligent, rational, honest people who love their village, who came together to say, you be the chief, they don't want this. They don't want to be associated with this. They don't want their chief or their whatever to be seen as a criminal, dishonest, untruthful. They want somebody they can look at and be proud of. Today, you cannot even go to your own people because you have allowed this young boy, these politicians, this group of criminals who only want power. They always need Voltarians and law people they can manipulate. You are the same judge they use to destroy or stop or disenfranchise the people of Sal from voting. Don't you think it's a curse? If it doesn't get you, you have kids. They are using you to destroy your own people. They are using you to go and convict men, you in your head. You know you have breached the process. What kind of human being are you, my friend? What does your wife say? What do they say? Your brothers, your sisters, your family, friends, what did they tell you? Are you not worried? When you walk past people, don't you feel any heat or any weight behind your head? Don't you feel it? Can't you just say, I can't do this? Tell them that if I'm not here, can't somebody go on this thing? You are an embarrassment. Your brother, who has been made a rector, you know he has an issue with Yoko. You know that. And these small things they are using to destroy you. Can't you see it? Onyuriga, can't you see it? From the day you made a statement, the president pushed you, you went to court, the process, you breached every single thing. Can't you see? You see, if I were you, I would have thanked God and then made a sign of cross and said, thank you, God, for the lawyers of Opuni to say they don't like me. Work. If I were you, I swear to God. Unless a corona of freedom and a kinsman, they don't want to protect that stool. Because anyone who hears about that stool is disgusted. People puke. So is this guy your chief? Hunyuiga, it's about time you save that little piece. You cannot save a dying dog. I'm telling you, Ekufuado's government is dead. You and Eve, you cannot save these ungrateful beings. You are lying. You can't. I'm saying to you, Hunyuiga, you can never save a dying dog. You can't. The man made a statement recently. You heard it for yourself. He does not respect where you come from. The people who hail you, the kinsmen who made you a chief, he disrespected, discussed you. You people discussed him. He's using you as a fool to achieve his dream. He said, your chiefs, which you are included, you are fools. He said it. Your chiefs and your people that they just wanted education, you hear the shit this man told you indirectly. So why will you still slick the butt of this man? I expect you to be smarter than me, be rational than me, be intelligent than me. But I'm looking at you and I feel pity for you because what will make you think is not there. Where did your gumption go? Where did your brains go? It is sad. When you die tomorrow, God forbid, can't this case go on? Than to fall for this young boy, Godfrey Dame, to destroy every single thing you have built. Every single thing. You know it. You go to bed, you can't sleep. You are so worried. Why do you put yourself through this? Now, let's talk about the last man who has decided to destroy the judiciary of this country. And his name is Justice Jones Doche. Doche is the presiding judge on this case. This man, he's the most daring, most dangerous man in Ghana today. Doche has proven over the years that he just wants power and he's never going to get power. This man did not come into law or become the part of the judiciary because he wanted to serve the people. This man came into the judiciary because of one reason. He wants to be Chief Justice and he will never be Chief Justice. Those people who have convinced him, who have dangled Chief Justice in front of him, making him think that he can be Chief Justice, there is no way Justice Jones Doche can be a Chief Justice. And I pity your daughter. Yeah. She's a very nice person, honest woman. I'm not going to show her picture. Somebody who has proven that she will work in the public sector to earn a decent living. I feel bad for her. I feel bad for her because today, people are sending her pictures and her family. Kevin, look at her. And I'm never going to do that because that lady respects herself. She will not fall for a young man's trick like Godfrey Dame you can give birth to. Now, this man called Jones Doche, he is the presiding judge on this matter. And let me tell you, I told you last Friday that Doche has decided to make sure he forces the other judges, Gertrude and Ashikote, to make sure they vote to put Hunyuiga back on this case. Now, Doche, remember, his best friend, childhood's friend, best friend is Hunyuiga. So he has decided to destroy Hunyuiga to the core to achieve his dream. And his dream is to become Chief Justice, which will never happen. This Doche guy, he was promised Chief Justice when Georgina Wood was Chief Justice. He didn't get it. Remember, he's called Doche. He's an Eve. And these people, they hate Eves. The president has proven it last week that Eves disgust him. They are foolish people in his eyes. And he will never give any top position like the Chief Justice to an Ewe man. And he will never do it because he always calls you people aliens, foreigners and fools, even when you want your children to get access to better education. So Doche should forget thinking that this president will make him Chief Justice. It is you may be crazy to be thinking that. You were promised to be Chief Justice after Georgina Wood. Sophia Ekufu was picked. Akan. He will never pick you. These people will never pick an Ewe. An Ewe man to come to become Chief Justice. They will be mad to do that. They need Ewes to do dirty jobs for them. Look at Pius. Look at somebody like Sam Okujato, that old man. He was supposed to be the chairman of the Council of State. But the president said, no, upon all the foolishness you are doing for me on TV, defending my nonsense and my flight, I will never make an Ewe man the chairman of the Council of State. He went to pick an account. They see you people as fools. They see you people as rats, dirty people, aliens. Don't think this guy will make you Chief Justice. After Sophia Kufu, they brought in Enini Yabua. Go and do your checks. How foolish can you be? How can you make these people fool you like this for all these years? Oh, about 40 years experience in law. What do you need? You have put your daughter's life, you have put her career, you have put every credibility that you have built and your family has built into the gutters because Godfrey Dame came to you on the 15th, that is last week Friday, in your office to discuss a pending case you are presiding over on. Where does this happen? I was expecting you to release a statement to tell the world that you never met Godfrey Dame. You met him for over 4 hours. And the most dangerous thing about this meeting you had with Godfrey Dame is this. Let me tell you, Ghanaians, this show today has 2 captions. The second caption for today's show is this. And it is called the Black Friday Meeting. I'll be right back to talk about Doche. So watching the news before the news, I had one question for Hunyuiga I need to ask before we move forward. I forgot that question. It's very, very important. You know, I'm dealing with so many documents, so sometimes you have to pardon me. I would like to ask Hunyuiga a simple question. Justice Jackson Hunyuiga, who is that lady called Angela you have been going to Akosombo with? You have no idea where you are heading. Doche, that lady called Angela, you have been going to Akosombo with. What have you been going to do there? Is that something that I need to know? Because is that something particular? Are there footages? That woman called Angela, you have been going to Akosombo with. Somebody will say, oh, that is Doche's private life. But there's a twist to that story. Oh, why are you bringing his private life? He goes to Akosombo with Angela, so what? No. With me, I just don't mention names. I want to prove the connection of Angela to this case. So don't just say it's Doche's private life. No, it is not. It is part of this case. Anytime I make a choice, Doche, who is that lady called Angela you've been going to Akosombo with? Because I don't want people to say, Kevin is just mentioning Doche, that is his life. No, I don't care. I don't care. I will prove to you the connection of that Angela woman now. Every weekend, 2 weeks, you go to Akosombo with, I'm talking about Hunyuiga. Sorry. Hunyuiga, not Doche. Hunyuiga. Angela, you have been going to Akosombo with. Angela has a connection to this case. You see me? I give you second chances. Hunyuiga, Angela, you have been going to Akosombo with. She's connected to this case. That is why you still want to be part of this case. That is why upon all the things your kids and your wives and everybody's telling you, you say you still want to be part of this case. You know. But I want to say, why have you been going to Akosombo with Angela? Nobody should say it's his private life because what I am saying, the name I am mentioning, is directly linked to this case. Let's keep it there. All that I need are answers. I've asked a lot of questions today. I said 24 hours. People will either destroy everything that they have built or protect everything that they have built. There are 2 options. Let's go straight to Doche. Now, you have to understand that Doche, this man called Doche, is the man sitting, or he is presiding over the Opuni review. Now, there have become 7 judges. Now, Justice Doche met Godfrey Dame last week Friday in his office. And it was for about 4 hours. It was from 1:30 p.m. I told you on the 15th. Now, do you know that judges don't work on Fridays? Do you know that? Do you know that judges don't go to court or go to work in their they don't go there on Fridays? Do you know that? But Doche managed to be in the office, in his chambers, waiting for Godfred Dame on the 15th, just last week Friday. So what will make Doche go to office that Friday? I've told you, he met him for 4 hours. It's been over 72 hours. Doche has not come out to say anything. I'm going to prove something to Doche today. All that you have built is going to go down the drain in 24 hours because you have decided not to speak truth. So on Friday, the judges are not supposed to be at work. They are not supposed to be in their chambers. But Doche, at the end of the day, stayed there, wait for Godfred Dame to come in there. Remember, Godfred Dame is another lawyer. When we are talking about the case before Doche, who is presiding on the review on the 7 judges, Godfred Dame is the Attorney General. And then Opuni and Agongo lawyers are also another party. Why should Odame go meet Doche for 4 hours alone whilst he knows a review is going on and he is presiding over the review? Now somebody would say, oh, the Attorney General went to see him. Fine. Why wasn't there a third person in that room? Why wasn't a third person in that room? If Doche wanted to be honest, if it wasn't because of this case, it wasn't because the Attorney General was coming to deliver a message from the president to him, why wasn't a third or fourth person in the room to hear whatever they were talking about? It was just him and Godfred Dame. And remember, Godfred Dame and Doche knew what they were going to do, because on that Friday, Doche was not supposed to be in court, because on Fridays, these judges don't go to court. But Doche, unusual of him, everybody, even my source at the court, were shocked to see Doche in court, in his chambers that day. What was the conversation about? And what did you guys discuss? Why? Because Doche came to court a day his secretaries were not around, a day that people who were supposed to be there were not around. He came on a day nobody was there. And he has still not come out to say that he never met Godfred Dame. If you met Godfred Dame, it doesn't matter what you discussed. You have tainted the case and you need to step away. Because Godfred Dame is an active person in this case. He is representing the government and he is fighting for a review. And he is trying to convince people to make the review go in favor of him. And you are the presiding judge on this case. So if you just admit, which you have not admitted, meaning you have admitted that you met Godfred, it means you have no locus. You have no right. You have no space to be sitting on this case. You need to recuse yourself, step away for the process to move on. You have met this small boy. And after Godfred Dame met you, he went to meet his source. He went to meet his confidants, who are our confidants, and told us that he is bragging. Small boy, he doesn't know anything. He sabotages people, bragging that I have gotten Doche under wraps. He has no option than to make sure Hunyuga comes back to the kid. This is your Attorney General, a young boy you can give birth to, manipulate and destroy everything you have built. I'm telling you, no matter what you do on earth, you can't be Chief Justice. Under Akufo-Addo, you look like a pig to him because he sees Voltarians as animals. It will be so bad for you to allow such a young boy, Godfred Dame, to manipulate you and fool you like this. This boy, when you started law, where was Godfred Dame? You were an embarrassment to everything. And I pity your daughter. It hurts me. You have to understand consistently, this president has proven that you always don't have any space in his government and that he will never give any one of you any lucrative, better position. Look at those pious Hazes and those foolish people. Amewu got the chance to get a little bit of position. They strip him off. He does not see you people. But how come you, Doche, you have read deep? You understand that protecting your credibility and protecting what you have built is important. You allow Godfred Dame, a young boy like this, who has never won a legit case in his life, to manipulate and fool you like this. What do you need? You can never be CJ. Over the dead body of Akufo-Addo, you can never be CJ. He will never make you CJ. This is ridiculous. So you meeting Godfrey Dame, if I were you, tomorrow I'll pen down and tell the world that I want to recuse myself. It doesn't matter what I discuss with Godfrey Dame, to prove to you people that I am legit. To prove to Ghana and the law firms around Ghana and the judiciary as a whole that I, Doche, I am not a puppet of Akufo-Addo, and I will not allow this foolish small boy to intimidate me, to coerce me into something that will destroy my career. If I were you, to protect your daughter, protect your family, protect your tribe and where you are from, to at least uphold that integrity you had before you went into law, for the people to know that you are not somebody who can allow a young boy to intimidate you and fool you around. Godfrey Dame is a manipulator. He does not know the law. He cannot win legit cases. And everybody knows. Godfrey Dame is a product of a Akufo-Addo scandal in his law firm. Kulendi is from Akufo-Addo's law firm. That is their game. Why are you falling for this? You are not going to be Chief Justice. And it's a fact. I need to tell you. They are fooling you. They are fooling you. Doche, Hunyiga, you this ever voice, they will not. Forget it. If every judge is dead, Akufo-Addo will never make you CJ. 3 judges has passed by you. You think he's stupid to make you CJ? He should make you CJ for you to give the airways so much room. He should make you CJ for you to make the airways legit. He should make you CJ for Voltarians to be seen as humans. He would never. And you have to understand that. His current statement at Peace FM clearly shows he does not respect you or he needs you to do his dirty shit for him. I feel bad for you. But for you to show the world that you are an honest man, because Jack, what you have done, the documents you are presenting, every single place you go, you'll be questioned. You have tainted our judiciary. You have done the impossible. You have broken the law. Any lawyer, even a first-year lawyer, can win a case against you. Your conduct is on record. You can never sit anywhere else on earth and deny that you never met Godfrey Dame. You lie. And that you can never deny that there wasn't anybody there. There wasn't anybody there. It was you and Godfrey Dame for over 3 hours. What were you talking about? You killed yourself. In 24 hours, what is going to happen in Ghana is going to shock everybody. I keep telling you Ghanaians. You see, we don't hate anybody. We don't have an agenda against anybody. We just want the right thing to be done. Somebody might be sitting somewhere else and saying, Kevin is doing this for this one. Until you get yourself in the position of Opuni and Agongo. And I've said on my platform, I am not here to say Opuni is guilty or not. I am here fighting for true justice. That is all. If the rule works, if the principles are followed, if the rules are applied, and at the end of the day, Opuni is guilty, nobody can cough. But when Huniga sits in court and calls a suspect fraudster, Abra, only facts, only evidence. When Huniga sits in court and look at somebody purging himself and says, I don't care. When Huniga sits in court and looks at somebody who goes to Yoko, says one thing and comes to his court to say another thing. When Huniga sits in court and the prosecution witness or the prosecutor from the Attorney General's side brings documents that are inconsistent and still sits there and acts as if nothing is wrong, that is what I will fight against, because it could be me tomorrow. It could be you tomorrow. That is what we are doing here. It is not about somebody. It is because Opuni and Agongo are in this situation today. You might think I am doing everything. No. It is because I want to protect Ghanaians, because I want to make sure the law applies irrespective of who's in front of it. Nobody can put people in a particular group or flask or whatever and say, these people, no matter what, you will skew the law to make sure it goes against it. It doesn't work like that. Attorney General Godfrey Dame told Ghanaians he is more interested in the money Ghana would save than making sure fair judgment, fair trial. How do you think a rational human being thinks like that? Or no, Attorney General, no. He's thinking about the cost Ghana will incur than how Opuni and Agongo will get fair trial. That guy is not an Attorney General. That guy is not an Attorney General. That guy is not an attorney. That guy is a liar. That guy sabotages judges. That guy does not know the law. That guy is destroying our democracy. You don't make such statement if you are smart. If you're intelligent, you don't sit in public and say the MPP, the NDC administration, Mahama administration, Opuni was used. Do you have evidence? Do you have evidence? You are speaking as the Attorney General of Ghana. You are our senior lawyer. You're not speaking like a madman on the streets. This guy does not know his job. That is why he wants to cut every corner to make sure his political ambition and the ambition of the president and this party are seen by the NDC or MPP foot soldiers as legit. It is not. Osafo Maafo, in the first place, going to Yoko to take the document to take the CID is even a no-no. Osafo Maafo. Ghanaians, yenyabotre. From tomorrow, I'll be coming back. And I keep saying 24 hours is enough for people to make corrections. 24 hours. Mr. Tuesday, and I'm for the kind of people we are in Ghana. We are all messengers. Messengers who are ready and willing to speak truth to power. My name is Kevin Akobedu Taylor. This has been the news before the news. I'll be back tomorrow to do business. You're still watching the news before the news. After this, you won't see me again. Have a wonderful night. Be good. God bless you and God bless me too. Have a wonderful night. We will meet tomorrow on With All Due Respect.
Why?